Just got off of work, so technically it's my afternoon since I work 12 to 9. I usually don't go to bed till about 2 or 3 in the morning. So I got my rear tire for Big Red in. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start it tonight, because that one is all flat. Since I got the front tire, it's a Michelin. I went ahead and went with the Michelin Commander II for the back. 240/40/18. So let's get started. It shouldn't take too long, hopefully. Maybe I'll get it done tonight. If not, I'll finish it in the morning. We'll see. Got her up on the jack. My Big Red's been sitting for a while, but we got her new tire in to replace this bad one. I had the Cruisetec Mets Cellars. Never seen them wear out like that, where wires were coming out and digging into my license plate. And my fender got all messed up. Oh well. We'll see how these Michelins wear out. So let's get on with it. Alright, so I just removed the heat shield with the number 5 hex. And I removed this bolt that holds up the pipes with the number 6 hex key. And those should pull right off now. Just gotta play with these a little bit and they should pull out. There, so now we got access to that rear bolt for the axle bolt. So we're almost there. Alright, so what I used is a 12mm wrench to break loose the adjuster, and your axle bolt's a 27mm. So I'm gonna start removing that to get the axle out and drop the tire. Alright, so now I already got the axle bolt loose. So now I gotta remove the brake caliper so the rim can come out of the A-frame. So that's a metric 12 socket. I want to use that to drop that brake caliper and just let it hang. We'll put a bungee or something on it so it's not just hanging on the hose. So that's next. Alright, we got the rear tire out of there. Try to keep everything a little organized, so I put it back the way I took it off. And we already got the valve, the little valve out of the stem. That just makes it a little easier to work with the tire when breaking the bead, and then when you get the new tire back on, you get all that air pressure in there. Once you pop the beads back onto the rim, then you can just put the valve back in. So we got it done. Alright, broke the bead with the tire bead breaker. And I used the tire irons to remove the tire off of the rim. So we're all set. We're ready to put the new tire on. Hopefully it goes on as easy as I took this one off. So we're almost there. Let's get her done. Alright, so on these big tires, man, the 240s, maybe 250s, 200s, sometimes you got a tie wrap
tie wrap the tire to get the beads side by side. That way when you put the tire in, it goes in a lot easier. It's very hard when you're trying to do it without the tie wraps, because you just can't get that bead to sit in the middle of the rim to be able to mount it on the rim. So you gotta use some tie wraps, get those beads together, and it's much easier to go on. So now all I have to do is clip those tie wraps off, let the tire expand, and then we'll try and air it up, see how that goes. All right, well, we got her done. The tire is on the rim, but my little air compressor doesn't have enough pressure to get those beads up on the rim. So I tried putting a cable around the tire and twisting it to put pressure on the center to see if I could get those beads to come out, but it didn't work. So I just need more pressure. That little air compressor, she does all right to inflate the tires, but to put that bead on that rim, I need more. So we'll take her to a tire shop in the morning. So we're about done though. All I need is air in this tire, and then I just come back and mount it on the bike. So that'll be tomorrow. Quick little update. I had to take my tire to a local tire shop just so they could put more air or pressure in the air to pop the tire on to the rim. I couldn't get the beads to sit, but took it to my local tire shop and they were able to get it done. And it's a good thing I went, because it needed a new valve stem, so I got that replaced as well. So yeah, it's back on. I think the hardest part is trying to get the wheel up with the bracket for the brake calipers by yourself. Of course, if you're doing it with somebody else, it's easy, but I did it by myself and I was able to do it. It was doable. Well, but yeah, let's see how this Michelin holds up, because look what my Metzler tire did. The way it wore out, it's like cables coming out of it instead of the normal mesh that you see, metal mesh or belt. These were cables. So once I wore that Cruisetec tire out, those little cables started ripping my bike up, and I hadn't noticed it until one of my rider friends told me he heard something on my bike, and sure enough, those cables were coming out of the tire, and man, they did a number on my bike. But oh well, never had a tire do that before. But anyways, the new Michelin is on. I already torqued it down. It says the torque spec's 110. I left it at around 100. I thought it was too tight, but anyways, you don't want to overkill or over tighten it, because I know it's going to mess up the bearings. It's a 2008 model. I got about 46,000 miles, and thank God I've never had it fail on me, other than your normal wear and tear stuff. But yeah, there it is. I just got to tighten my brake caliper and put the muffler back on, and we'll be done. The other thing I was reading on the owner's manual, I pre-marked my settings where it was at. You got these notches right here and the lines on the axle clamps or whatever these are called. So I kind of marked them, set them right back where they were supposed to be. And down here, my understanding from the owner's manual is each mark is 0.2 of an inch, or 0.2 of an inch. And you're supposed to have about
half an inch of travel. So I'm moving up about maybe 2 to 2.5 lines, which puts me between 5 and 6 maybe. So that should be more than enough. But I've done this before where I over tightened it, and you can hear the chirping noise. Yeah, you hear like a chirping noise, so I know it was over tightened, and loosened it back up. But I think I got it pretty close. We won't know until we try it out, but the weather's kind of nasty, so hopefully it clears up here a little later. And another thing, when you put your brake caliper back on, if you opened it up to make room to put the brake pads back in, don't forget to press on your rear brake a few times to get it back tight. Otherwise, you'll take off and forget about that, and you're not going to have brakes right away. So yeah, that's the other thing. It's happened to me before, just saying. But yeah, I've had this bike since new, and I got a little over 46,000 miles on it now. It's been a great bike. Real quick, there was one point in time when I had the code 18 coming up for the X-up valve, which is this part right here. It connects the cables up in here. I went ahead and eliminated that, and what I did is I just opened up that valve in there and left it open. I don't know if you can see. I just kept it in the open position, and it's worked fine. I mean, I haven't deleted the cats, so I never have any issues starting up. It starts right up. But yeah, that one started failing on me. It's actually the little motor that opens and closes this valve. That motor gives out with time, and it keeps that valve shut. And whenever you give it gas, you can hear the bike bog down because it doesn't have any power because of that escape not opening up. So I just left it open. I've never had any issues. Every now and then I get the code 18, but I know what it is, so I don't let it worry me. Well, she's all done. Again, just do the reverse to put it back on. Torqued it to about 110, which is what the manual calls for. Got the pipes back on, so she's all set. Again, she's on the ground. Of course, if you have somebody helping you, it's a lot better, but it's doable on your own. So she's all set. Put her on the tender, get that battery charged, and then we'll try and take her for a spin later on. But there you have it. Hope this was helpful. If y'all are looking to do it on your own, it's doable. I just needed a bigger air compressor to get the beads back on the rim. But she's all finished. She's all washed up, ready for a ride. Love this Raider. It's seen better days, but it's still going. I gotta change those front turn signals too. But other than that, she's good. Washed up the Indian while I was at it. She's all ready to go too. So hopefully we'll get a chance to ride these today. If not, it'll be tomorrow, Monday. So, alright, we're all done. Catch you all later. See you on the next video. Time to put her on the ground.